Welcome to our very first video.
I'm Hannah.
And I'm Mary Elizabeth, and we are the sisters behind Hint of Mint Designs. Today is taking you on a little bit of a behind the scenes, telling you all about how we started Hint of Mint, some of the ups and downs along the way, and some of the things we've learned throughout this process. So stay tuned, it's going to be a fun little story.
I guess we'll start at the very beginning.
A very good place to start.
We're going to make a lot of musical references throughout these, you just got to get used to it, okay?
Yep.
So first Elizabeth was born. Then 5 years later, she was super blessed because I rolled up. And then we were just like crafting our whole childhood, basically. Like, we had this one book about basically like a different craft for every day. It involved a lot of paper towel and toilet paper rolls, so our mom was not really fond about that because we were always asking for them.
Had a lot of different art supplies and would usually just end up making a mess with them. But we had fun, and we learned to love a lot of different art projects. We also both took art lessons at our community center. That was really fun. We got to try a lot of different mediums, clay, painting, drawing.
All of it.
Yep. So basically, fast forward, I guess, many years, lots of years.
And then it was 2016. I had just graduated from high school and I was going to come to UNC. Melissa was already here.
Yep, I had been graduated from college for a year and I was working full time, but I wanted to do something a little bit more from what I was doing day to day.
And so we were kind of joking around about like, oh, wouldn't it be fun if we started a business? Like, that'd be kind of cool, because she was working on hand lettering, and I was revisiting watercolor, which was one of my favorite mediums to work with. And then from there, the joking about it got a little more serious, and we were like, well, what if we did? What would the name be, you know?
Started experimenting with names, trying to put our names together. Mary Elizabeth Entwistle and Hannah Entwistle, very long names and not easy to spell, so we needed something simpler, a little bit more fun, a little bit more catchy. So when I was playing around with our names, I came up with Hint of Mint. So Hannah's first initial is H, obviously, and then the beginning of our last name is Entwistle. My first initial is M, and then Entwistle, and then you sort of mush it all together and it becomes Hint of Mint.
Hint of Mint, Hint of Mint. You get it, right?
It's fun.
Once we were official, then we started an Etsy shop.
Yes.
Which is where a lot of makers start off. And I'm glad we started there because it let us kind of explore things without too much pressure or
too much investment on our part either, because we weren't really sure what we were doing. And so it gave us some time to experiment, see what would sell. Etsy's also great because it helps new people find you. When we didn't have a following of our own at that point, so people weren't actively seeking us out, but they would be searching on Etsy for a birthday card or something like that, and they could find us. In the very beginning, we made everything by hand. Like these four hands right here, everything.
Like, so we had these cards.
That was our original best-selling product.
There was one time that somebody ordered 30 of these bad boys, and so she sat on the floor of her bedroom writing over and over and over again. And that was
Hannah sat there as my motivator through writing all of them.
And you can do it!
And yes, I realize now 30 is not actually that many. I've taken on bigger projects since then, but at the beginning that felt like so many to be doing all at once. And it took a lot because I wasn't as comfortable lettering, so I would mess up on some of them. It was a lot to do all at once.
And it's not that we don't still make things by hand. We make everything that's custom is made by hand, and every one of our products is originally made by hand. But the ability that we have now to make prints makes our lives a lot easier, so that every time someone wants a map or a quote, we can print it for them from our original work and not make it 30 times.
It also allows us to expand and try a lot of new designs instead of just being stuck making the same design over and over again by hand.
Absolutely.
So we officially started our business in August of 2016. And by started our business, I mean we put up our first Instagram post, and so that obviously means we're Official.
Yeah, I mean, but even looking back on it now, like that is our like business birthday, and we're super proud of it. But we were far from being an established business at that time, for sure. You know, we were just taking baby steps and making little cards like this, or you know, exploring different things. But with each step of the way, we got even more official, you know, and we're still growing in that way, you know.
But I will say I'm so glad we started when we did instead of waiting for everything to be perfectly lined up, because, I mean, as we can say right now, things are still not perfectly lined up. So if we had waited till when we were ready, we would never have started.
I don't think we'll ever be completely ready. Like, there's always going to be
That's
bumps along the way. Around that time, we were also just, like, being best friends, which, secret, not really a secret to people who knew us, but secret to you guys, because apparently you all think we were like best friends from the time I was born. No, let's get that straight. She hated me, I hated her, like big time rivalry, you know, classic. But then around that time, I guess we both got older, we started seeing more eye to eye, and we became pals.
Yeah, so fun fact, we call each other pal. That only started 2 years ago, I think, when we actually became friends.
Yeah. So during that time, we were really just getting super close and doing lots of just like fun things since we lived in the same town, and even some things outside Chapel Hill. Like we went to Disney World together for my fall break. Best trip ever!
That's great.
And each park that we went to, we made little like lettering things, which was super fun, and we were posting about them. And we kind of, like, in that time gained a minor following. I mean, I don't know if those people are still around, but it was kind of cool to see us pick up some traction at that time.
Yeah, so this piece, it's The Festin, which is a song from Ratatouille, which is one of our favorite Disney movies and our favorite songs. But this was also the beginning of one of our favorite types of things to post, which we like to call letters in the air. So that's where usually we write the name of the location or something that's related to that location, hold it up in the air, take a picture of it. And that's been for us a really fun way to document all the different places we've been, as well as some of the places our friends have been, because we sent some of them with them around the world. If you have a place you're going and you want to take the letters in the air with you, send us a message. We'd be happy to send something with you.
I guess from there, we just, throughout the year, we were kind of still exploring. Like, I was still refining my work. I'm sure you were as well.
Always.
We had some more fun things, like UNC won the national championship.
It was a really exciting year for us.
It was a good year. 2016 into 2017 was a Gucci year.
And then that summer, Hannah came to live with me at my house in Chapel Hill for the whole summer.
You loved it!
So this was the first time we had lived together since 2011.
Yeah, basically.
So it's 6 years. So that was good because it gave us a lot of time to get closer to each other and also really figure out what we wanted it meant to be. Because we were seeing each other every day, we could go back and forth on design ideas, make a lot of content, and really figure things out. And so that's when we started making something new every day to post, so that we had to hold ourselves accountable to some more consistency, and that's really how we've been able to grow a lot and get better as we go along.
So we started exploring a lot of new things during that time. So one weekend when Mary Elizabeth was out of town, I was really bored. I was like watching every Twilight movie or something. I don't know. I was desperate for entertainment. And then I sat down with my paints and I was like, what do I want to make? And I decided to start making puns. And so I made ones like this. I don't know if I can see it. It's a sub and a lime, so it's a sublime. Get it? Do you guys get it? Sucks to suck.
So these puns have been a really fun project for us, and we post a new one every single Monday called Monday Pun Day. And they're really fun to come up with, and usually lets us do little doodles, which Hannah always draws, and then I get to do some fun lettering with them. And they've also turned into a lot of our favorite greeting card designs. Sucks to Suck turned into You Don't Suck.
Which is good for like when you want to give someone some love, but you're like, please, like, don't let this go to your head.
Not too much. We also have a Peel Better card that looks like a banana, you know, for get well soon.
For whenever your friend like slips on a banana peel.
These things happen.
Whoops. I guess that summer really just helped us to explore things and really grow as a business. So I started painting house portraits, which are now a really popular thing for us to be making for people. And you were really getting like more invested in your lettering. Oh, we started putting designs on Redbubble so that people could buy them as stickers or shirts or phone cases or whatever.
So when we were working on lettering designs to put on Redbubble, I would draw them with marker and then scan them and digitize them and upload them. And after doing a lot of that fall we decided to invest in an iPad Pro.
In the fall, we also were still like making new products because at this time we still had most of those cards that we were making, but we were like, okay, we want to do more than cards.
Absolutely.
We knew we were destined for more than that. And so I started making these floral wreaths because a couple of Mary Elizabeth's friends had babies, and who doesn't love a baby and who doesn't want to give them a super awesome gift? And so I made these wreaths, and the Mary Elizabeth would letter their names inside. And ever since then, this has been a super popular gift for babies and older children and even adults alike to have something lettered inside of a wreath.
And so that's one of our products that is still 100% handmade. We have a lot of products that are now prints or digital designs, but the watercolor wreaths are 100%. 100% made by hand. So then that January is when we officially launched our own website. So we had been on Etsy for a year and a half at that point, and it was doing okay for us, but we wanted to have a bit more creative control over what we were doing, being able to organize our listings and being able to put all of our own content on there. Also, especially since we were starting a lot of custom projects, we wanted a place where we could showcase more of our custom galleries. So we made our website and got to introduce people to us and our story and showcase a little bit more about what we do.
Our story!
Outside of just making prints and cards.
So then all spring we were kind of just getting to work on our website and build up, because we had made it basically in one very long day. Like we got together super early on a Saturday and just, whoo, that was a long day. But even from there, we were still tweaking the website, adding listings, you know, figuring out new things that we wanted it to look like. And even to this day, we're still editing our website. Like I'll go on it and I'm like, I want to actually add a page about this. But we were working on that, and then in the spring, we also started toying with more product ideas because our website was still kind of sparse with listings. And we're still at a phase where we were like, hey, if anybody wants anything custom, we can do whatever you want, which is super awesome for when people want something and we're like, yes, we can do that. But when people are still just getting to know us, they're like, okay, but what can you do? You know?
Give me some ideas here.
So one thing I thought of, we were trying to figure out what would appeal to people we know. And so, well, what do people we know love? Well, people here love Carolina. Let's get that straight. We love the heels, and so does basically everyone here in the town of Chapel Hill.
Yep.
And so we were like, what could be better than a map of Chapel Hill? Now this isn't the finished one, this is my original painting of it. And so I spent a lot of time on Google Maps and such, looking at the campus and what locations need to be featured, what roads need to be included, etc. And so we brainstormed, and then I sat down and painted this map. I'm very proud of it because it was a big leap for us as a business. It was something that I was not very sure if I could even do, you know? And from there, I scanned it, digitized it. First thing I ever digitized from watercolor, and oh my goodness, that was a day. Well, actually, it was multiple days. Many tears, many spoons of Nutella were consumed. It was just a lot, because I don't know if you guys are familiar with Photoshop and Illustrator, but I don't really recommend them to anybody who has any desire for joy in their life, basically.
Yeah, Hannah was live texting me through all of this process, and I could just see her slowly deteriorating, but made it through. She's good at it now. She's very familiar with Photoshop and Illustrator.
I mean, they still give me trouble, but now I've kind of gotten to know them a little better. I know their quirks, you know.
Yeah.
And so from there, once it was digitized, Mary Elizabeth did some digital lettering on top of it, saying what the locations were, what the roads were, and writing the University of North Carolina Chapel Hill in the corner. And we got prints made, and then it caught on really fast. People were like, we love this, and then they're like, can you do this university, this place? And we were like, oh, it was kind of, because I was thinking about how many hours went into this original painting, and I was like, I don't have that many hours in my life to cover every university in the world. But we're slowly expanding our collection and adding more universities and working at it. So stay patient with us, we're working on it.
Because we had these products and a few other greeting card prints, that summer was a great time for us to start branching out and not just do online sales, but take our sales in person. So we started researching markets and pop-up shops and other places local to us where we could go and sell our products. And the first one we ever did was at Solo Coffee Cafe in Raleigh. Shouts out to them. They're a wonderful community for local makers in the Raleigh-Durham area. They're super supportive and a great place to get started. One thing we really love about markets is being able to actually interact with the people who buy our products. Like Hannah was saying with the maps, people would request all these other places and universities, and a lot of that feedback comes from going to markets. People see our products and they say, hey, could you do something like this but similar? Or, wow, I really like what you've done here. Keep going with things like that.
And it's so reaffirming because a comment on Instagram, don't get us wrong, means so much. Like, oh, love it. But at the same time, you know, you're seeing that you don't see the person, it's just through a screen. But when somebody in person is saying, this is great stuff, I love it, it means so much because you're like, okay, all this time that I'm putting in, all the tears and spoons of Nutella are worth it, you know?
Another great thing about doing markets is we also got to meet a lot of other makers in the area. So other people that either make stationery like we do, make pottery, make jewelry, make so many cool things that we wouldn't have known about.
And we've made some true friends through these and got to know so much about, oh, well, what do you do for your business? What other markets do you go to? You know, here's some ways that we've succeeded and failed. Here's some ways that they've succeeded and failed, and we learn from each other, which is so awesome because it's such a community, you know, it's not competition focused. It's not like, what can I do to get ahead of you? It's like, what can we all do to grow together?
What if I was like that? I'd just be like, don't pay attention to her.
Please don't buy their products. We don't want you to.
So we spent that whole summer going to different markets, and then things generally slowed down for us in the fall because Hannah was back in school.
Football.
Yes. I still work full time, so we're busy with that. But then the Christmas season this past year was our best Christmas season yet.
So good.
I will say part of that is due to the fact that in years past we haven't planned for Christmas at all.
You live and you learn.
This year we actually planned for Christmas and it worked out well for us, and I'm really excited to see what future holiday seasons have in store for us. We did some holiday markets that went really well. We came up with our first Christmas card designs.
Well, not our first Christmas card designs. Need I remind you of this little guy, Melancholy Kimonka?
Oh my gosh, I forgot about this.
We made this in our very first year. I think I was over at her house because finals had ended, but I wasn't really ready to go home yet. And so we made this, and no one bought it because we made it like a week before Christmas, obviously.
Also, we only made one because we were just making things for ourselves at that point, basically.
So they were our first real Christmas cards.
Yes.
We got started with some gold foil prints.
Ooh,
they're
shiny.
We started making pet portraits.
Yes.
We just are expanding so many things. And a lot of these ideas come from people asking us, oh, you don't have this, but can you? And we're like, oh, sure, if you want that. And then,
so please keep that feedback coming. It's super helpful for us, and that's how we get a lot of our new product ideas. Something else cool that we've launched very recently is address stamps, and you probably can't see it here, but we hand letter the names and put the address below so that you can just stamp the address on the back of the envelope.
oh, and I don't think we said, but when we went to pop-ups, we also started having printed cards. That's right, ladies and germs. We will no longer need to make each card by hand, which we do make some cards by hand. Our watercolor cards and other hand-lettered cards are still available 100% by hand. But if you just need a happy birthday card, we don't need to be writing happy birthday if you don't want us to, because we've got them in a printed form.
I will say one of the things I do enjoy about pop-ups is that we always offer hand lettering on site. So with our custom products like the wreaths or the watercolor cards, people can come up to me and ask me anything to write on them. So the person's name, something funny, happy anniversary with the date written on there.
So many cool requests we've gotten at pop-ups where I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I thought of that for my friends, you know?
Yeah. So that's really cool, and it also allows just another personal touch that we get to interact with our customers.
So yeah, I guess now we're basically up to today. We're
Here we
still
are.
rocking and rolling, making new things, figuring it out one day at a time.
Yep, still have no idea what we're doing, but
what are we doing? I don't know. But we do because we love it. That's the point. So yeah, that was our entire story, basically. We hope that you guys enjoyed hearing about it. Please comment down below if you have any questions for us. We'd be glad to talk to you guys.
This is really important because Hannah has a dream of being a YouTube star, so please comment down below so she can be famous.
I can't lie. I would love if we could make more videos like this and you guys would like watching them. Yeah, subscribe to our channel so you can see more videos like this. I've always wanted to say this thing where you're like, comment, subscribe.